We have the F-35, where the world's most advanced fighter jet is built. So this is Lockheed Martin, I believe, one of the leading aerospace slash military or military companies, that makes fighter jets, I believe, for the states or the U.S. military. But Mike, what have you made of the military reactions that we've done so far, man? What's one thing that stood out for you?
I like how they're improving every single year. They're always trying to bring out something better and better. And America's always trying to stay on top. That's one thing I've taken from it.
Yeah. One thing I've taken is how advanced the US military is, fam. These men are decades ahead of the rest of the world, fam. But smash this like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Enough talking, let's dive in there.
Very few people have had access to film at, but today I'm going to show you what it takes to assemble one of the world's most technologically advanced aircraft, the F-35 Lightning II. Now, if you don't already know, the F-35 is no ordinary fighter jet. It was designed to maintain air dominance for years to come. With its stealth characteristics, sensor fusion, and weapons loadouts, believe me when I say that this thing is pretty badass. But before we get ahead of ourselves, I think it's important that we take a little bit of a step back to learn about the history of the F-35 and everything that it's really capable of. So where do I begin? The F-35 is quite literally a rocket ship. With an engine capable of producing 43,000 pounds of thrust, propelling the aircraft to over 1.5 times the speed of sound, this jet is something else. As the most advanced fighter aircraft in the world, it was designed as a 5th-generation multi-role fighter, meaning it can perform both air-to-air and air-to-ground missions. Now, to best meet the needs of the countries purchasing the jet, the F-35 comes in 3 different variants. The A model used for air-to-air combat, the C model used for carrier operations, and if you've ever heard something about this jet being able to hover, well, that's the B model, optimized for short takeoff and vertical landing. Now, in addition to this jet...
So this model would be very useful for, landing on aircraft carriers. So,
capabilities, its performance record is pretty stellar as well. The F-35 has been deployed all across the world for both combat operations and training exercises. In fact, at Red Flag, which is the US Air Force's premier air combat training exercise, the F-35 demonstrated a greater than 20-to-1 kill ratio against advanced threats. Not too bad, if you ask me. Honestly, the mere presence of the F-35 changes the way adversaries plan and behave. And so if you're in the market for a 5th-generation fighter jet, believe me when I say that this one takes the prize. Now, with a jet so advanced, I had always wondered what all goes into the manufacturing process. However, what I hadn't realized is that Lockheed Martin's mile-long Fort Worth facility...
Wow. Look at the size of this place, fam.
Mile long.
This is like a mega factory, fam. Mega factory. That's insane. This is the work that goes behind the scenes, man. The work that a lot of people don't see,
It's crazy, bro.
It's mad. Like a city.
Facility known as Plant 4 has been around since 1942, where it began manufacturing the B-24 Liberator during World War II. Over the years, the plant has produced thousands of aircraft, to include one of my personal favorites, the F-16. Today, Plant 4 houses over 16,000 employees and pushes over 100 new F-35s out the door every single year. I think it's safe to say that there's quite a lot to see here, which leads us perfectly to the first stop on the tour, the beginning of the production line, where the F-35, we all know, looks quite a bit different than you might imagine. So here we are at the very beginning of the F-35 production line. If you take a look all the way down there, well, that's the very end where the final aircraft is rolled out the door. So everything in between, there's a lot going on. But behind me is the aircraft wing systems, where the foundation of any aircraft is built. The wing's in a vertical position where they finish the wing and then send it off to the next, and then the next line where more and more gets added on. There's a lot going on, guys, so we better go ahead and get going. All right, now hear me out. As weird as it may sound, you can really think of the F-35 production line as a bunch of Legos. At each stop along the way, a different component is added and the Legos are pieced together, getting closer and closer to the final product. There is so much innovation and engineering that goes into all of this, a lot of which is way more complex than I could ever comprehend. But as I made my way down the production line, something pretty interesting did catch my eye.
Wait, is that a robot?
Yeah, you heard that right. Robots. I guess it makes sense that the company manufacturing such a technologically advanced machine would use robots in the process, but I wasn't expecting these robots to be this cool.
I feel like robots, they're going to be more prevalent going into the future, fam.
Saves time, man.
Yeah, less and less humans are going to be required, because, with robots, they can work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They don't have to take paid holidays. They don't have to take sick days off. They can work every single day, man, with no complaints. You know what I'm saying? So you can manufacture things very, very quickly in a very short space of time. So this is the thing, man. This is what we're facing, Mike. This is what we're facing.
Times.
Yep, machines and AI.
Would use robots in the process, but I wasn't expecting these robots to be this cool.
Yes, we do use robots here at Lockheed Martin. As you can see behind me, we have Blue, Delta, Echo, and Charlie. Unfortunately, Chris Pratt isn't at the desk right now operating Alpha, doesn't work Fridays. What we have behind us is the automated fastener fill robotic work cell. Basically, if you consider like drywalling, this robotic cell will go and put a plastic material over all of our fasteners to maintain its stealth capabilities. What we're doing here is optimizing the work that operators can do by taking away the dull, dirty, and dangerous tasks that are associated with this process.
As my trip down the production line continued, not only did I see more robots, but I also saw the F-35 beginning to come together. Each step along the way was one more piece of the puzzle. It really is just a big systematic process, with every single individual along the way adding their touch before passing it along to the next person in line.
Absolutely massive, man.
Welcome to the end of the F-35 production line. This is where the final tweaks and adjustments are made before the aircraft is ready to head out the doors. Now, Lockheed Martin delivers about 150 aircraft every single year, and with many different countries a part of the F-35 program, believe me when I say that this thing heads out all across the world.
So they do sell the F-35 to other countries.
Oh, wow.
It seems like, because, with the B-2 bomber, the US military.
They can only sell it to allies, right?
No, they don't sell it. The B-2 bomber, they don't sell it to anyone.
But I'm talking about the 35, they sell it to allies, right?
I'm guessing, it makes sense to sell it to allies, not to enemies. I can't imagine America selling their jets to Russia or like China. I don't.
Hell no.
Nah, I don't believe so. Maybe the UK. I'm guessing maybe the UK is probably one of their trading partners also. And a few other NATO countries.
The F-35 program, believe me when I say that this thing heads out all across the world.
So now that we've reached the end of the line, you may be asking yourself, what else does Lockheed Martin's plant have in store? Well, let's just say that there was someone in particular who has quite the reputation around these parts. He's a former Navy fighter.
You know that movie, Mike?
What movie?
Someone in particular
this movie
who has quite the
what's his name? Tom Cruise? Yeah, Top Gun.
Yeah,
what's a great movie, bro.
Watched a couple of them.
Yeah, one of my favorite movies. Some of my favorite movies of all time.
Reputation around these parts. He's a former Navy fighter pilot, renowned Lockheed Martin test pilot, and just so happens to be one of a very select few individuals who has flown all 3 variants of the F-35. I hope you're ready, because let me introduce you to Brick Wilson.
Hey guys, I'm Tony Wilson, call sign Brick. I'm one of the F-35 test pilots here at Lockheed Martin. and I get the privileges of taking the F-35 flying for the first time when it comes off the production facility.
Wow.
Unfortunately, it's a single-seat aircraft, so we couldn't take Sam flying with us, but stick with me, we got some really cool surprises for him.
This was one of the coolest jobs ever, bro. Like, you know, being one of the first people to, you know, to actually test these jets, fam. As well,
Man,
doesn't get better than that, fam.
Word, bro.
Yeah.
So here we are at the cockpit demonstrator. We really wanted to give you the opportunity to see what it's like to actually fly the aircraft. The first thing you'll notice is, you know, the cockpit is almost identical to what it is in the plane.
Can't show me everything, but it's close.
No, it is close. So, you know, under your left hand, you got the throttle. On your right hand will be the stick. Up in front of you there is the glass, you know, what we refer to as the glass and how you'll interact with the systems. And then up on the screen is the virtual HUD. It's the same thing that would be shown on the pilot's helmet.
Yeah, I'm not the best pilot, but I think I'm ready to take it for a spin here.
Well, let's do it.
So I'm not gonna lie, having the chance to fly the F-35 cockpit demonstrator was a blast. And if you're wondering if it made me question my decision not to become a fighter pilot, well, let's just say the thought did cross my mind. Even though this was just a simulator, it was pretty realistic, right down to the G-forces.
Exactly. You have to breathe. You have to breathe.
All right, I might be kidding on that one.
I'm guessing they use these simulators for training, right?
Yeah.
Probably for training. You know. Yeah.
Let us know in the comment section if they use it for training.
Yeah.
I was able to do a few takeoffs, spin around a bit, and even cycled through the weapon systems to engage enemy targets that appeared on screen. After I successfully completed my landing, my time was up and I said goodbye to the F-35 cockpit. However, Brick had a few more surprises in store, and this next one was something that I had definitely been wanting to see.
Already, I can see carbon fiber. This was the helmet that I was talking about, Mike. That cost over like, so I think someone in the comments said 400K.
Jesus.
400 or 450K just for the helmet, bro.
You know, Sam, if you thought everything you've seen was cool up till now, check out the F-35 helmet.
Look at this thing.
I'll tell you what, it's more than just a helmet, right? I mean, there's so much technology and electronics that go into this. It's actually integrated into the aircraft. It's an additional sensor for the pilot. It gives the pilot so much situational awareness to what's going on around him or her. It's just amazing. You know, additionally, this is the piece of equipment, you know, when we talk about the F-35 and being able to look through the jet, it's possible because of this piece of equipment and how it integrates with the jet.
Yeah, I've heard the pilot gets to wear this and they kind of see all around them, see through the bottom of the plane, and I mean, it's intimidating looking. Looks like something right out of Star Wars. It's awesome.
You want to try it on?
I do. Yeah,
All right,
let's do it.
I got to pause it right there, man. Look at that, bro. This was, just by looking at the shape, I know it was built to defy or like to, to minimize the effects of air resistance. Because air resistance is one of the forces that can slow down any fast-moving objects in it. So like the shape, definitely designed with air resistance in mind, but look at that, bro. That's absolutely insane. And I'm guessing these vents to allow airflow to the jets. Yeah.
All right, so Sam, we're standing here in front of the F-35 Lightning II. This is a B model, which means it's got the capability to hover. It's used primarily by the United States Marine Corps, the Italian, and the Brits. So tell me, what's your first impression?
Well, after watching...
Wait, I'll go to that back. Sorry, we're pausing the video.
Marine Corps, the Italian, and the Brits. So tell me...
Wait, what?
...ability to hover.
It's used from the Italian and the British.
Marine Corps, the Italian, and the Brits. So
the RAF have this jet in their fleet?
Yeah, that's what you just said. Yeah.
That's mad.
tell me, what's your first impression?
Well, after walking the entire production line and seeing it put together piece by piece, it's really cool to be out here to see the finished product. It's lethal, it's stealthy, it's fierce, and I'd love to get a walk around if you don't mind.
Let's do it.
All right.
This is my office right here, and I gotta tell you, I've got the best seat in the company, right? I get to fly this fantastic machine. It's the cutting edge of technology. You know, so when we make the statement that the F-35 is the most capable, the most connected, the most survivable aircraft on the planet, take it from me, because I do it every day.
And I'm jealous. I wish I could go for a ride, but I can see there's only one seat, so unless you strap me to the wings or have a seatbelt extender, it's not gonna work, is
Well,
it?
maybe we can put you in the weapon bed.
Good idea.
Wow.
So behind us we have the engine, and one of the coolest things about the F-35B is to watch it transform and watch that engine nozzle actually come down. You know, the engine's capable of putting out 40,000 pounds of thrust, so we're in a hover. About 20,000 pounds are coming out. The thing is a lethal beast, right? It has 2 weapons bays, which, you know, lets us stay stealthy when we need to. We also have the capability of carrying weapons under each wing. We can carry AMRAAMs, we can carry AIM-9Xs, JDAMs, small diameter bombs, almost any piece of arsenal that's you know, in the inventory, we can put it on.
So what you're saying is this thing has a lot of firepower.
That's an understatement. So Sam, there's one more stop that we got to make. I've got a pilot walking to a jet right now, so why don't we head out to the flight line and watch this thing take off?
Let's do it. Sounds awesome.
All right, awesome.
So if you made it this far, you're probably ready to see a real F-35 in action. Trust me, I was too. As the pilot began gearing up for his flight, I decided to look for the best seat in the house. After navigating quite a few sets of stairs, I found myself right where I wanted to be. The top of the Lockheed Martin control tower.
Wow.
All right, here we go.
Look at it. That's sick. Man, look at that,
So
man.
there you have it, the F-35 in
That's
all its
sick.
glory. Now I wish I could show you guys a few more of its maneuvers and capabilities, but I think I'll leave that for a future video.
Well, guys, if you aren't pumped up and full of adrenaline, I don't know what to say because that was insane. If you ever have the chance to see the F-35 fly in person, I promise it's gonna take your breath away. I hope you enjoyed this little behind-the-scenes tour of Lockheed Martin's F-35 production plant. And as always, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.
Wow. Well, yeah, that was a cool vid, man. Cool vid inside Lockheed Martin. You know, the place is absolutely massive, bro. Seriously, massive. You know, this is the reason why America is so dominant, bro. You know, they just have the best engineers, the best best scientists, man, to build this type of stuff. You know, but yeah, Mike, do you have anything else to say? Before we wrap it up.
Yeah, let's just wrap it up, I think, man.
Yeah.
It said everything we need to say in that video.
Yeah, yeah. If you guys like